Well, hello traders and investors. I'm LA Little. This is your daily NeoTA wrap. Take a look at these markets from a neoclassical perspective, asking ourselves what happened today and what does it tell us about the coming ones. Do the show 4 times a week. Every Monday through Thursday is broadcast at 10 o'clock Eastern Time. Archived on YouTube, son of a channel LA Little. If you haven't subscribed and you want to, just reach up in the right hand corner and do so. Anytime I push public content, you'll get a notification. As far as what we do here, we manage portfolios. We show you how to use the neoclassical model to better manage your portfolio. And you can take as much risk as you want. The model's the same, it doesn't matter. You just wrap portfolio management and risk management around it. Gives you timing, gives you direction. That's what you need when you're trading. That's what the model does. As far as what the market did, it was another up day. It kind of gotten to where we're used to that, right? We've only had about 3.5 months of it. Silver, gold down, TLT down, so some risk moving back off of those markets that have moved a good piece higher. Oil traded higher today. They're also up almost 1%, back up towards its highs. And then we did see new highs again on the Dow. That's I think that's 13 days in a row. 12 maybe, I don't know, it's some ridiculous amount. And the NASDAQ tacked on a new high. The well, actually it's not a new high, it tacked on a high today. The S&P did hit a new high, and the index crawled back up towards its high. Market saved again in different ways. We've got rotation that continues to take place. That rotation today was most evident over in the biotech sector. We'll look at that here in a second. Let's move over to start with to the indexes. So here's the index. S&P makes a new high. So you can't argue with what's happening here. This market's bullish, right? And each day it comes up and it climbs over the highs and gets a new high, it seems. 2368 closes 2369, so you get a brand new high. Volume a little bit less today. But you know what? You make a new high, you can go higher, folks. It doesn't matter if the volume is expanding as you're making them. As you go to the other indexes, you're still not back to the highs, and this is going to be the critical thing as we get there. 58.66 or roughly 58.67. You close it at 61, basically 62. You're 5 points away. You're going to test it tomorrow. You get over that, you can make new highs again. If you fail, well, then that's a different story. NDX, same story, right? Coming back up towards those highs. The Russell was the one that had already corrected. It came back, tried to do a retest, actually did a retest, regenerate, second attempt at it. Here was the first attempt, or actually that was the breakout in the first attempt, were those 3 little bars there. Now you come back, you come deep into it, you do a full retest. In other words, you test back into the bottom third or below. You get under it twice, you flip around. And I know I told members this yesterday. There was no show on Friday, but that was a setup to push higher today, and that's exactly what it did, right? Pushes higher, and most importantly, gets over the 1406, which is this breakdown bar. So you close it at 1408. Again, if you get over something that's a test, which in this case was, and you close over it, well, guess what? You're going to try and keep going. And so now all you have is the highs to play with. Going to test those tomorrow. So as far as I can see with the indexes, it's just all up, folks. Nothing really has changed here. If we go over to the sectors, the major sector today that was making the big moves was the biotechs. And the biotechs now breaking out in a big way. So you have an ABCD structure up. And these love to play this way. They're very volatile. They love to shoot up and do their ABCD structures. Now you've set up the next one, right? That can take it even higher. Pull over the weekly. You got over the breakdown bar on the weekly. And so if we look at that, we're talking about this. Actually, it's not a breakdown bar. It's the highs from the big high volume spike back in November. You get over it finally. And that had been a big resistance zone. That only leaves you with this high and the one above it, right, which is very close. A lot of resistance in that area. This is your breakdown bar from before, the top of that resistance area. This is where you're going to have to get over it, right? And if you do, then you can shoot all the way back up to here. So this market's been building to try to make it. Now it's making that last push again, just like it did back here, making that last push. I'm going to try to get over it all and go up and make new highs and actually do some serious upside maneuvering. That's that. ITB, home builders. Home builders have been playing with this high, failed tested last week, pulls back, jumps over today, volume expands. If you go over and look at it on the weekly, it's breaking out on the weekly as well, and that one is wanting to move higher. Real estate, same sort of thing, right? You got the same thing happening here. You got a nice little move going on, and you're pushing over these levels again. So anywhere I look, I don't see anything that's a concern again. I mean, I know that there's a few sectors that are struggling, but you know, whether you're looking at the financials, or you're looking at the technology, or you're looking at the consumer discretionary, or you're looking at alternatives like healthcare or consumer durables, folks, they're all making highs. It just doesn't really matter right now. You can throw darts, you can move up, it doesn't matter. They're all making new highs, and they're all going to keep pushing. So the best thing one can do is to go with them, it seems, and that's where the story ends tonight. Have yourself a great one. I'll see you tomorrow, and we'll do it all again. Good night.